Okay, so we're all pretty used to AI that can chat, right? You ask it a question, it gives you an answer. But what about an AI that can actually act on your behalf? I mean, one that doesn't just find the perfect flight, but goes ahead and books it for you, uses your frequent flyer points, and even drops it right into your calendar. Well, that's the next big thing, and it's called Agentic Commerce. Let's break down how this is all going to work.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll dig into that huge leap from just getting answers to the AI taking real action. Then we're going to pop the hood and see what kind of architecture actually makes this possible. After that, we'll tackle the big one, safety. Then we'll look at some really cool examples of these agents already out there in the wild. And finally, we'll look ahead to see where all of this is taking the future of commerce.
All right, first up, moving from just getting answers to actually getting things done. So what's the big problem that Agentic AI is even trying to solve? Well, it really boils down to what some people call the last mile problem in AI.
I mean, you've totally been here before, right? You asked your AI assistant to find you, say, a new pair of headphones. It gives you a great list of options, a bunch of links, and then crickets. You're left to do all the work. You still have to click the link, add it to the cart, dig out your credit card, type in all your info. It just makes you wonder, why can't my AI just buy this for me?
And that, right there, is the fundamental difference we're talking about. You see, the conversational AI we're used to, it finds information. It's like a research assistant. It finds the facts and then just kind of waits for you to tell it what to do next. But Agentic AI, that's totally different. It's designed to complete tasks. It doesn't just wait, it decides what to do next to get the job done.
So it's really this three-step journey that's so important here. Step one is where we are now, mostly, getting answers. The AI gives you info and options. But the next step, step two, is decisions. This is where the AI starts to autonomously figure out the best course of action based on your goals. And that leads to the final step, execution. The AI actually does the thing. It completes the purchase. It books the ticket. That whole flow, answers to decisions to execution, that's the heart and soul of agentic commerce.
Okay, so how do we actually build an AI that can do all this stuff safely and, without messing things up? Well, the secret really lies in its architecture. I love this quote. It puts it perfectly. It says agentic AI is more like a COO, a chief operating officer. Think about it. You don't tell your COO, click this button, then fill out that form. No way. You give them a big picture objective like, hey, we need to reduce our operational costs, and they figure out how to make it happen. That's exactly the kind of mindset we're talking about for these AI agents.
So here's a peek at the technical magic behind the curtain. It's a concept called intent I/O, or sometimes you'll hear it called reasoning APIs. And the key idea here is to decouple two things. It separates your intent, the what you want to do, like buy a ticket to the concert, from the execution, the how the system actually does it. The AI understands your goal, and then it handles all the nitty-gritty technical steps in the background. You don't have to worry about the how at all.
But for this to really take off, you can imagine we're going to need a common language, right? All these different AI agents and all these different online stores need a way to talk to each other. And that's where something like the Merchant Agent Protocol comes into play. Just think about your credit card. Your Visa works pretty much anywhere, right? You don't need a different card for every single store. This protocol aims to do the same thing, creating a universal standard so any agent can work with any merchant, smoothly and reliably.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, but let's be real. Giving an AI the keys to your wallet and letting it make decisions for you, that requires a ton of trust. So how on earth do we build the guardrails to make sure this whole thing is safe?
The absolute #1 priority is preventing unsafe execution. Period. We simply can't have an AI agent going rogue, buying 100 things you didn't ask for, or doing anything unpredictable. The entire system has to be built from the ground up with safety as the bedrock.
And one of the core tools for doing this is something called a state machine. Now, don't let the name scare you. The concept is actually pretty simple. Imagine a train that can only be on a specific part of a track at any given time. It can be at the browsing station, or the item and cart station, or the purchase complete station. And crucially, it can only move between these stations along very strict predefined tracks. This structure makes it impossible for the AI to just, derail and jump from just looking to some kind of crazy error.
So this safety isn't just one thing, it's built in layers. First, you've got a fail-safe design. This just means that if anything breaks, it's designed to fail in a safe, predictable way. No surprises. Then you have what are called perfect detectors. Think of these as super vigilant security guards that spot any attempt to make a move that isn't allowed, and they stop it before it can happen. And finally, there's something called identity execution binding. This is basically a high-tech cryptographic seal that proves the AI agent doing the work is the real deal and hasn't been messed with.
All right, so we've covered the how and the why it's safe. Now for the fun part. Let's look at where this stuff is actually happening right now. Because this isn't science fiction. Agentic commerce is already here, and it's changing the game. Probably the easiest example to grasp is chat to checkout. You're literally seeing this pop up now, where you can buy things right inside your chat with an AI like ChatGPT. No more clicking away to another site. It's the perfect solution to that last mile problem we were just talking about.
But this technology goes way beyond just buying a new gadget. Take a look at something like Profit Ship Logistics Intelligence. What this does is create a digital twin, basically a live virtual copy of an entire logistics network. And its AI agent isn't just passively tracking trucks on a map. No, it's analyzing everything in real time to make its own decisions to find the absolute best routes.
So what's the point? Well, this chart says it all. What you're seeing here are the top routes where trucks are driving empty, no cargo. I mean, talk about a huge waste of fuel, money, and time. The AI agent's whole job is to look at this data 24/7 and make smart decisions to reroute and reschedule things so that those wasteful, empty runs happen as little as possible. And it's not just about the buying part either. Agentic AI is also revolutionizing what happens after the sale. Think about an agent like Retainmate that can proactively manage customer relationships for you. Or even better, something like Return Rescue AI. We all know what a headache returns can be for businesses. Well, there are AI agents being built right now specifically to streamline that whole messy process, turning a huge cost center into something much more efficient. Okay, so let's zoom out and look at the big picture for a minute. This whole shift towards AI agents that can act on their own, it opens up some incredible opportunities for sure, but it also comes with some pretty serious responsibilities. So, what are the big takeaways here? First, AI is making that jump from just answering our questions to actually executing tasks for us. The goal is that whole chain: answers to decisions to execution. We also learned that a core principle is separating what we want from how the system does it. And critically, safety is not an afterthought. It's built in with things like state machines. And maybe the most exciting part? This isn't just theory. It's already happening.
But look, it's not all smooth sailing from here. There are some major hurdles ahead. Things like regulatory uncertainty, serious concerns about data privacy, and maybe the biggest one of all, how do you build enough trust for people to actually be comfortable using this stuff every day?
And that brings us to one final, really big question to chew on. When one of these AI agents, acting on its own, messes up, it buys the wrong thing, books you a flight to the wrong city, whatever it is, who's on the hook? Who's ultimately responsible? Is it you, the company that built the AI, the store it bought from? How we answer that question is pretty much going to define the entire future of this technology.